Yeah, once again from the great minds of NahmTalmBout, talking about flag. Part four of our off-season series. This time we talking about the people that really steering the ship, the team owners, from building rosters and managing personalities to funding the vision to carrying the pressure every weekend. The side of the game don't really get talked about enough, so we talking about it. Different approaches, same mission, compete, represent, keep the squad rolling. You want to understand how teams are really built and sustained in this flag thing of ours? This one's for you. Let's get to the convo though. Now I'm talking about what made you want to run a team? Was it passion, opportunity, or you were just tired of seeing how others was doing it?
Let's see. I would say number one, just being passionate about the game. Be passionate about things being done right. And I think the reality is it's just like working at a company. You work for enough people that don't know what they're doing. Eventually, you're going to try to take the reins.
This is 2016 when I'm just first started playing flag football, learning about it. So that's why I did the local league type stuff to kind of understand it and just get on a free agent team. And there was one team that was just really good in the local league, and they kept the same people over and over and over. I was like, man, I want to build my own team. I'm getting tired of these motherfuckers, right? So I started kind of piecing some people together. And then fast forward, local stuff, then got some chemistry with that. And then I started hearing about traveling and doing tournaments in January. I was like, what is that about?
So crazy enough, back to the man that brought me into the game, Dwayne. We call him Toast. He had a 5 women's team, and literally the girls that, I was playing on the team, and the girls was just like, we don't want him anymore. We want you to coach. And I was like, I ain't coach. That was like my first coaching, like the coaching women's.
Well, I've been playing flag football since probably 2006, 2007. I was on a team in the IFFL days, if a lot of you guys remember that league. And we won a championship. We were the Blazers. And that team kind of fell apart after a couple of seasons. So I just wanted to get back into flag football. And me and a guy I knew at the time, we just started our own team. And after, I don't know how many years it's been since then, it's almost 20 years. Now we're the Dream Killers, and the team's changed a lot since then. But that's why I wanted to run a team. I've always loved football. Played for a long time. Just a big fan, and I love being out there.
What made me want to run a team? I didn't want to run a team. I just wanted to play. And Paul said he won't run the team no more. And Red was like, Mo, you gonna run it? Because he knew I wanted to play. That's the whole goddamn answer, to tell you the truth.
And I was like, I don't know. So me and Dwayne sat down, we talked, and he was like, hey, look, I'm just going to be your sponsor. This your team now. He was like, coach, you make the decision what tournament y'all in, who's on your team. I'm Jerry Jones.
We used to end up going to games, and it'd be like, we'll have 10 people show up, 3 people hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we were the championship team that ran it every year, but then niggas was just like, all right, we hurt and we old now, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't done playing, you feel me? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start me a team. I had like 2 people from that team, and my homeboy Steve ran a team called the Renegades. So originally Renegades wasn't mine. It was my homeboy Steve. They call him Cheddar Bob for who don't know. Yeah, and he was just like, yeah, can you take this team over for me? So that's when I was like, fuck it. I've been waiting to take over a team. And then he was like, take this team over for me, bet.
That's literally what I call him. I was like, hey, GM, we want to play in this tournament. He'd be like, all right, how much is it? But I literally got into running a team, being a team owner. I was voted in. And I was like, y'all want me to coach y'all, like, women? And this is before I even started coaching kids. And I was like, I don't know, because y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen. And, I didn't know how it would be to basically coach a peer, and how much rebuttal I would get. And I saw how they treated the coach, which is my friend Dwayne. I saw how they treated him, and I was like, hey, I'm not going for that. Like, I'm not rocking. Like, y'all got to change some stuff,
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I've been waiting to take over a team. It's hilarious.
For real, because I was like, fuck it. Because niggas was falling off, you could tell. Because we used to go to tournaments all the time. And I was like, nah, we can't make this tournament. We can't make that tournament. We only got 6 or 7 people during the season. So it was like, I wasn't going to try to take over that team. You know what I mean? So that was my opportunity. He was like, look, my team, I'm about to fold this shit. And I'm like, no, the fuck you not. We about to build this up right back up.
That's dope. That's dope.
And the journey has been great. Got some great players. It's fun. And that's the element that I wanted to bring to this. I mean, competitiveness, of course, to be competitive. But to see how the team has basically developed, we went from a losing team to winning.
You know, and I just saw so much room for growth and so much room for improvement and just things that I knew I could bring to the game significantly. Like, for example, I don't know of anybody that really was doing the whole business and sponsorship and thing before I came in. Now you see people trying to do it, and I'm more than happy to help anybody because I think everybody's got to have their own side business. Everybody's got to have their own brand. Like everything, look, you're wearing your brand right now. You know what I mean? You are a brand, whether you realize it or not. You know, we all have the chance to do that, and I think that was a big part of it. But also just structure. You know, when I got into co-ed football, I'd been coaching for 5 or 6 years at that point. I just wanted to, you know, help literally run practice, structure things, help with the playbook, help with lineups, and then that just became into, all right, well, you know what? Enough people are willing to follow us. Why don't we just have our own team?
And so once I started learning that, it's like, yeah, I got to build one to kind of get on the road. And so, you know, it's been a crazy journey. Like from kind of being locally Atlanta to doing my first travel in 2020 when it was in the other complex of Orlando to now. We got a lot of championships, a lot of winning, and multiple formats, multiple names on the organization. It's just kind of crazy what, you know, the last couple of years have been, for real, for real.
Do you run your team more like a family, business, or you stay in survival mode?
So at first, I ran it as family.
I mean, niggas don't want to hear that family shit. I mean, for real, like, niggas don't want to hear that family shit. You know what I'm saying?
But then it had to become business.
I stay in survival mode. I try to run this team like a family, which is put me in survival mode. I never run this team as a business. Maybe if I jumped into tournaments more, I'll run it like a business, but I run it like a family.
All of my teams are family, sisterhoods. That's it. Blood in, blood out.
I be trying, but niggas don't want to hear that family shit. I'm like, hey, like niggas would rather just be talking shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like a dysfunctional family. Yeah, but not like the way that I try to run that whole. You know what I'm saying? But there got to be a little dysfunction in the shit for sure.
So it's a mixture of family and business, more towards the business side. But the ones that's with me now, they family, but they understand the business. If you get what I'm saying.
We family. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is the enemies. Like literally for my girls team especially, giving them that safe haven. You know, a lot of them don't have families. A lot of them are, you know, kids that are taking care of their younger siblings. They're having to grow up faster. You know, they might not have the mother or the father in the picture. They may have stepfathers, stepmothers in that picture, you know. So even with, you know, that's what I was brought into when I started playing in Deanwood. I started playing flag football, honestly, during the most trying time of my life. I had lost my mom.
Yeah,
And I was like stuck. And when I tell you these women wrap their arms around me, like it's crazy because in the time frame, my mother had passed. And then a couple of years later, I lost 2 brothers back to back. Like these women were in my house cooking, cleaning, helping take care of my son, you know, trying to get me out the house. Like I just know what flag football did for me because I honestly was suicidal. I like after my mom passed, that was my homie. I didn't want to be here. Even though I had a son that I had to live for, nothing else mattered to me at that moment. but my mom. And flag football gave me that scapegoat. The flag football gave me that place where I could go on Sundays and chill with like-minded people. We'd be out in the parking lots, drinking, smoking, doing us. But it gave me that serenity. That gave me that peace. It gave me that structure that families need. We might be dysfunctional,
What family ain't?
as hell, but these women became my family. These women became sisters. And that's definitely what I transition to any team that I coach, run, own. This is a sisterhood.
Okay.
This is us, that is blood in, blood out.
I like that. I understand it's a getaway. Like I'm not gonna say I don't want to win every single Sunday or I don't want to ring or whatever, but I understand it's really a getaway. It keeps me in shape, and it keeps me in shape. It's like when I was younger, sports always kept me out of trouble, and as an older person, it just keeps me in shape. I know it's like my second time saying it. It's like third time asking that question, and I've played sports my whole life, and all sports are kind of like community, but the flag community is so different, and it's immediate too. It's immediate. Like your third
That's
game
what I said.
playing,
These women
everybody
knew
loves
me
you.
from nowhere.
Yeah.
And they in my house cooking spaghetti, cleaning, and these are life-term friends. Whether you're decided to go play with another team, you decided, to quit. You run into each other on the street and it's just like, y'all ain't never missed a beat. We might go to bat with each other every Sunday for 45 minutes. But when that clock strikes 0, hey, you going to the parking lot? You coming to my party? Like, it's a family, We might beef, we may buck at each other, but at the end of the day, it's nothing but family at the end of the day.
I love it. What's one rule you stand on that your players still don't like?
If you can't talk shit and play ball, don't talk shit. If you can't talk and play, I'd rather you just play.
Ooh, no pay, no play. And to the point, some people might see this as embarrassing, but it's gotten to the point where, we'll show up, and it's always men's. It's never co-ed. That's the thing. That's what irritates me. It's always men's, right? So you got guys that, hey, I'll get you next week, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, well, you're not stepping on the field till I collect that payment. So I remember specifically when I was playing for Jake Fred, we were over at Westfield. And right before we broke it out to take the field, I read off names that did not pay. And I was like, you're not playing. So I'll let you get all dressed up and warm up and put your cleats on and everything. But if you have not paid, I will call your name out. And if you get embarrassed, I don't care. Like I've been the bad guy in so many people's story at this point, it's not even fun. It's at some point, everybody's hung up a picture of me and throwing darts at it, and I don't care.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, play the game, bro. Well, motherfuckers get so get caught up in talking shit, it kind of slows like the momentum down and shit. But I feel like that's the one. That's really my only rule, nigga. Show up, pay, and if you can't talk shit and play, just play.
You got to understand, like when you build big teams like this, you got to build teams to make sure the energy and the vibe stays there. And there could be good players or good individuals or, certain people, but if their attitude or something is detrimental to the team, even though they're one of the better productions, sometimes you just got to let it go, Mo. Sometimes you got to cut some ties in order for you to be built. And there's plenty of times where I had to kind of cut ties with certain people or certain situations in order to help me grow, right? Or help the team grow.
All right, pit stop on that. Is that a rule that you bring it up at the beginning, like you set this tone with that, or you have to like let a nigga know after you realize like you can't play and shit talk, so let me let you know this way?
Originally I would wait. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait, and then because I would bring people on that I ain't really know, and then they start crashing out, and it's like, oh shit. Well, nigga, hey man, you gotta chill. You know what I'm saying? It's like it don't work that way. So then I started to learn, like, say that shit week 1. Say that shit the first scrimmage. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, if you can't talk shit and play, shut the fuck up. But really, the reason I came up with it is because, like, not just most hated, but Pop Off and the teams that they really will get you irritated and out of the game. So I'd be like, yo, if you can't talk and play, just shut the fuck up and play so we can get this money. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
yeah.
funny because we kind of had that same rule. Like we just like, yo, let Deuce do the shit talking. Like y'all niggas, like, just let Deuce do that. That's his fucking job, bro.
For real.
All right,
Because that nigga gonna play, he gonna play and he gonna talk shit.
yeah.
Y'all
Like I said,
motherfuckers get caught up.
everybody can not talk shit and play.
Right,
That's why I don't talk shit at all, nigga.
right.
Like, I tell jokes, nigga. Like I don't talk shit. What we talking
Nigga
about,
start
bro?
walking around with his shoulders forward. Nigga be forgetting all about the game.
Nigga, y'all can tell when I'm mad and I'm on my game, nigga. So whatever he's not, don't talk shit, nigga.
Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. Like, yeah, we on his ass. We on his ass.
Shout out to y'all niggas because they give me back in my shit because it just throw all this shit out the way. No,
right. Now you're like, okay, yeah, that's what they were trying to do. Yeah. All right, let me lock back in.
What's one rule that?
Yeah, one rule that you stand on that they still don't like. You've always had this rule. They still don't like it.
I'm playing my top 5. I don't care who. The top 5 going on. I don't care if they're going both ways. We here to win. We here to win. Like, I'm a firm believer of putting the best 5, best 8, best 7. Whatever style I'm coaching, I'm putting the best number out there on the field. Nobody comes to lose, you know. I'm a firm believer of, oh, let's try this out. Let's put you out there. No, that's how you get injured. That's how you get embarrassed. And I ain't about getting embarrassed. So I'm a firm believer. A rule, like, if you come to practice, you show the dedication, you show that you want to be in that spot. All right, I got you. This game may not be your game.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? This might not be your game. This girl faster than you. You ain't gonna catch up with this one. I can't put. I'm gonna put my players in the best position. So I would have to say that I'm putting the best out there on the field at all times.
Okay, I respect it. I need to start applying that myself. Do you think owners get blamed more than quarterbacks?
Hell yeah. Like, what?
Only reason why I say yeah. First of all, yeah.
It depends. It depends on the specific QB, I guess. You know what I'm saying? because if the QB got enough merit, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna believe that it's a fucking QB fault. It's the owner's fault. No, nigga, the QB is great, nigga. It's your fault.
Why you got her out there? We got another quarterback over here. You should have did this. You should have.
Half the time, most of the owners are QBs, so it's like it's even for real.
But the main reason why I say yeah is because there are only a few teams that had the same goddamn quarterback every single year, regardless of what y'all think about SupremeBeast. There are only a few teams that had the same quarterback every year. The person that runs the team usually runs the team. And a lot of times, if the QB is a staple there, it's because he run the team. So, but anyway, yeah, the owners get blamed more. Simple as that.
I wouldn't be in this position if y'all didn't vote me in this position. So either you're going to believe in the process or you're going to roll out.
Simple as that.
You're either going to believe in the process. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. But literally, owners, coaches get the blame for everything. You might as well be prepared to take the hit and the brunt for everything. Like,
come with the
they're never going to, a player, whether quarterback, receiver, whatever. The receiver could went out there, ran a perfect route, went through their hands. Guess what? It was the coach's fault. It was the owner's fault. Why? You called the wrong play. Oh, I called the wrong play, but you just dropped the ball. Same with the quarterback. Hey, I told you what was going to be open by defense that they was playing. You decided to throw it here. Now it's a pick 6. Well, you didn't tell me that. You ain't listening. It's always the owner. It's always the owner and coach.
Let me ask you about that experience or whatever. How do you handle or manage being a team owner that plays QB on someone else's team from time to time? Is that like a
It's hard. I ain't gonna hold you. It's hard because it's like you run your own team, So like if you taking a break from your team or like you just helping somebody out, you want to be able to be. You want to say, "Hey, this is how I do it, or this how it should be done." But everybody don't run off how you run off, so you just gotta go with the flow. So like wherever I go, like y'all will hear me say it. I'm going with the flow. This ain't my. Or you'll hear me say this ain't my team, and I'm not saying it to like in a rude way or nothing. Like generally, it ain't my team. Like not everybody is open to criticism or help. Some people just want to run it the way they want to run it. So you gotta just sit back and kind of feel the vibes of it.
Like, I go with it. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna say the honesty because I always expect honesty from you, but like asking that question here, you say, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's hard. I'm thinking like, but I'm his only team owner right now. Like, is he talking about like
Nah, because I was with Chase for a while.
Dude,
That one was tough. Like that one was real tough.
not to speak
Walt,
to me and Chase, not to speak to me and Chase relationship to you, but do you prefer to have a team owner that you're not as that close with? I think me and you are pretty cool. You know what I mean? Do you prefer to like
nah. Realistically, I would want somebody that I'm close with because you like the person that I like. Y'all know, you know how I talk. Like it ain't me being disrespectful. None. It's me genuinely from the heart. Like, hey, this is what we need to do to get the team better. So it's like realistically, I don't try to play on teams that are already ran by somebody that I'm not close with.
respect?
Like if it's a random team, like I really second guess it sometimes because it's like I don't really know this person, and if I say something, I don't know how they're gonna take it. Outside of when I'm with you, hey, I feel like we should do it like this. All right, bet that either we gonna do it or we don't do it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no real argument. It's a discussion, and then we move on from it.
Oh man, hey, when I'm going, hey, when you gonna get me some gear? I mean, I mean, you
Talk to
gotta.
me. What you need, man? Size the color. Let me know something. Hold on 1 second. If you're rocking with what we're building over here, you can wear it too. Now I'm talking about merch out now. Tees, shooting shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts. Just a way to say you know what we're talking about. Now I'm talking about. Link in the bio. Support what supports the convo. Let's get back to it.
I like the one you had on. That was
Black
pretty.
and
That's
gold.
pretty. Go ahead and get that extra large. Let me know what the cost. I'll go ahead and
I got
buy
you.
a couple.
Bet that. I got you for sure. What's more exhausting, chasing players for money or chasing them to show up?
Chasing them to show up for real, for me.
The more and more I've asked this question, I've understand that everybody goes through this.
Chasing players for money.
Okay.
They're going to show up. Pride and ego is going to make you show up.
I would say chasing people for money because after a while it starts to feel disrespectful. But and chasing them to show up, I'm once you paid, I don't care whether you show up or not. Honestly, I really don't. I prefer you to show up because it makes the team better. But you paid your money. If you don't care, I don't really care. It's like a find players.
I would say it's been a little bit of both over the years. I know when I first started doing it, both was hard. It was hard to get players, and it was hard to trace down the money for the fees from people. And I've had issues with it in the past, but I would say now, especially on Dream Killers, we've been together for quite a few seasons, and there's still a pretty good core of the team that's been around together for a while, a good group of guys. We've picked up new players. Some players have left. It happens in all teams, but it's a lot easier to collect the fees now, especially after all these seasons, especially since we have a lot of returning players, a lot of the same players.
Like, so the way I run it, at the end of the day, the money gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't per se like if I got it, I'll front it. I don't press the issue like, oh, you got to have it to me this week. You got to, when you got it, because I know how life is. People got kids, people got life, people got family. So if you got it, you got it. If you we'll just talk it out. You know what I'm saying? My biggest thing is you tell me you're going to show up and play. We get to a tournament and it's 5 of us. Hey, where you at? You're not answering your phone. You're not answering no text. But then you text me back after the tournament. Oh, my bad. You could have texted me that earlier.
You know what I mean? And for most people, especially on the men's side, and you see this is like the one release part of our week that we get. Dudes are married, dudes got kids, dudes got 3 jobs, guys working the night shift. This is the only relief that they get in their week. They're going to show up. Will they pay? It's a problem because why should I let you play if you haven't paid, what about the other 4 guys that, took a hit on groceries this week to make sure they got their team fees paid? That's just not fair. And sure, life ain't fair, fortune ain't fair, but whatever.
That's why, like, everybody always see me and Drew together. Even if Drew can't make a tournament, Drew is going to text me, "Hey, brother, I can't make it." Drew going to let me know. Like, Drew communicates with me. So that's why every time I set up a team or something, Drew is the first person on my team. I go Drew, and then I look for everybody else.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. I guess like the better you get and the more you understand is about, I guess, a team sport and about schemes and shit. Like you really want particular people. You know what I mean? Opposed to like the quote unquote best people you can get. Because you know what I mean? You don't know whether that best person you can get gonna show up opposed to the person that know how to rock with you that you know is gonna be there. I mean, FXA kind of fucked that whole thing up. So yeah, I don't know. I think I need to chase them to show up. So I don't they're even. I don't like chasing niggas for money and I don't like chasing them to show up. But it kind of comes with the fucking territory. This shit making me madder and madder the more I go. What's the behind the scene headaches nobody respects?
The behind the scenes headaches, a couple of things. Collecting registrations, that's number one. Goddamn. Especially when you're dealing with multiple formats. Like, Mo, you gotta understand, like, now I'm at the point where we go to these bigger tournaments. Like, I have minimum 9 teams to maximum probably 14. Now, the one thing behind the scenes that has helped me as this growth has happened is I brought on leaders to help me out. This is not a one-man show. I'll be the first one to tell you it's not. So I have great leaders. So shout out to Ashley, Faith, Joe, Grace, B More. Those my rocks because they help me build these other formats and also collect on the registrations and get everything going. So shout out to that leadership team. If it wasn't for them, man, it's just like I've done it when it was all by myself, and that's a lot. You think about registrations, I'm dropping like $3,000 on a tournament that have like 10, 12, 14 teams on it. So it means a lot to have a good supporting cast, and that kind of goes to the whole dynasty thing. Like little dynasties build up to the bigger one, and in order for me to be great, I have to build up some of the other individuals to help us be great. So it's never about E and what E does. I never get the praise, but I get the criticism, which is to which is on, right? But for me, if I can see if I can build a leader up, whether they take the initiatives of 4s or 7s or whatever, that means I did my job. I built the leader, somebody that was just a player. Now they're doing more of a leadership role. That makes me happy as one. Yeah, that's dope right there. Like I said, sometimes it's bigger than the wins and losses that your team gets, man. That's a W right there. Absolutely. Do players realize what you personally sacrifice for them or not?
Hell no. Fuck no. Shit no.
I mean, of course not, but you don't want to get on your high horse. I mean, at the same time, some players that show up to every single game, other players don't want to say what they sacrifice and show up to every single game. So I'm not going to act like, I'm not even going to answer that question.
That's a good question. I don't know if the team knows everything that you do when you're organizing a team, especially since I've done it for, a couple of decades at this point. But there's a lot of time, obviously. I mean, I think if you run anything, business, a team, even a fantasy football league, right? Your time and your effort, that's a lot of it, right? Is time. I think another thing you sacrifice sometimes is money. The question about the fees. Fees is easy to get now, but you buy footballs, you might buy jerseys or uniforms for the players, flag belts or just equipment and just things of that nature over time. There's a lot of time and money involved in the investment. And I don't really know if the team knows that or not. I'm sure some of them do, especially since they've played for a really long time and they've also put their time and effort and probably some money into it as well.
You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, it's like, I mean, I guess I'll say for me, because I'm not one of those, oh, this nigga's making multiple plays, multiple. He ain't out and going to every tournament, making a rack of touchdowns and shit. So the fact that he's sacrificing his playing time don't mean he better than me. You know what I'm saying? So niggas like, yeah, okay, you on the sideline, but I'm supposed to be in the game. You feel me? Like, so that's more what that shit is about. Like, niggas would just rather there's 8 people on the field, and even though there's 16 people on the roster, all 16 want to be on the field at the same time. You know, so I take my ass off the field so niggas can get on the field and pay pay that money.
But yeah, I would say time and money is probably the biggest personal sacrifice when you're running a team, trying to get rosters together, practices, make sure everybody comes to the games, getting fees, and all that thing.
That's funny. This is the first one where I actually answered the questions myself. And I didn't think about it from the angle what you're saying. Like, bro, I'm better than you. But I'm actually like, yo, I'm going to let you rock because I don't even know why. But I'm going to let you rock right now.
Right,
You know?
because you trying to be a team oriented motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You don't want it to be your team, and you're like, hey, give me the ball every play. What the fuck wrong with you? Because then ain't nobody gonna want to play. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta change your attitude. You gotta change your mindset when you go to running a team. So that's why I like going to tournaments sometimes where I'm not running a team. I can just go out there and play and be free. You know what I'm saying? The niggas ain't coming to me and saying, what we gonna do next? Like, nigga, I don't know. Nigga, don't ask me. I just want to play.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. That's probably like my best that moment that I have at tournaments or when I'm playing on somebody else's team.
Right.
When I'm about to say something like, hold on, this ain't mine.
What am I doing?
Like that feels so good, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. You don't gotta come up with the extra.
Nothing.
Oh, this is what we need to do. Nah, none of that.
Yeah. Like, I appreciate you coming to ask me because that's what I usually play. But nah, this ain't my team. I'm actually taking a day off, nigga. Like I'm
right, exactly. Nah, I'm good.
All right, before I let you go, who checks you when your emotions run high?
It used to be my center.
Damn. I want to say nobody, bro. Like, it's really I got to check myself because I get too high or I get too low. You know what I'm saying? Like if the emotions is high, nigga, my emotions is high. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And my family know that too. So the family that's on my team, like Jay will leave me alone. It's Sweets don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Sweets like, nigga, lock the fuck in. And I'm like, nigga, I can't. You know what I'm saying? So me and him will get into it, but
Zoe. Shout out to my nigga Zoe. There are a lot of people on my team that try to keep me in check when my emotions get high. But Zoe is the most successful and consistent. Shout out to my nigga Chuck, because he's always trying to keep me from day one. He's always trying to keep me keep my emotions in order. But definitely Zoe.
I remember when Pat played with us, and I think we lost to y'all. After the game, I was mad as shit, but I just didn't know what to say. So I was just sitting there chilling, and Pat was like, you can talk to me if you want. I'm like, Pat, get your nice ass away from me right now. You're pissing me off, nigga. Get your nice ass away from me right now. But you nice as shit right now, nigga. I'm mad. What the fuck? But yeah, that's something I need to do better at for sure.
That shit trickles down. That shit trickles down so fast when you're the team owner and your emotions are so high. So that's definitely something I learned. But like I said, shout out to my nigga Zoe.
She don't play with me no more. She decided not to play fives no more, which is cool. Yeah. When I used to she'd be like, Tierra. I'd be like this, ooh, government, because everybody call me TT. You call me Tierra, that's government.
Yeah.
She's like, you doing too much. We good. Like she'll pull the offense to the side. I mean, it's a lot to coach, offense and defense. You're the only person that's coaching, you know what I'm saying? So you're trying to talk to, say offense is coming off, you're trying to talk to the offense, but the defense is out there and you see some things and you need them to fix it. It's a lot. And it's a lot in the moment. It's a quick game for 5 women's. And she used to dig in my shit like, T, you doing too much. And then when I didn't get to listening to it went from T to Tierra. I'd be like, ooh, okay. Gotcha.
Head snap around
like, did you just call my government? Hey, people don't need to know that, Chill, it's TT out here.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I just want to talk to you a little bit about being a team owner, man. I appreciate your time.
Hey, for sure, man. Appreciate you. Word up.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Beto. NahmTalmBout. Still throw tournaments?
Yes. I will be hosting my 2nd annual Mallz Memorial Classic this upcoming May. I'm gonna try to push for a tournament before then, but right now I'm just sticking to the 1 annual, and I'm just gonna try to build from there.
Okay, okay. We'll start with the tournaments out there. What made you start throwing tournaments? Like, was it the real reason? Like the
Uh,
passion, the ego, the opportunity, or just tired of how other
what
people was throwing them?
it was just a drive because from coaching youth tournaments, being at multiple different tournaments that are hosted by different orgs, I just seen things that I liked, didn't like, and things that weren't implemented that I felt I could bring to the table. So I just figured, why not build a platform for more kids to play a sport, have fun, and get a chance to build it on my own, just to say that I could do it.
Okay, I like that. What's a behind the scene headache nobody respects?
Building the schedule, because no matter how early or late you start a tournament or try to, plan things out for a certain group or team, things never start on time. So tournaments and games don't on time, they're not going to end on time. So and that goes for players, parents, even referees. You can't start games without them. So it's multiple factors that go into that I think most don't think about.
Okay, okay. When you throw an event, what do you personally care about the most? Competition, vibes, fairness, exposure, keeping the drama low, all of it?
I would say drama low and the vibe for sure. I always look at an events that I'm putting together. I want people to want to be asking for the next one. When's the sequel? When is part two? Or like that. That's what I look to get out of hosting events and throwing tournaments.
Okay, okay.
Because I feel like if drama free, then everything else falls in place.
These are facts. What part of the flag culture do you want to protect?
That's a great question, fam. Like off rip, my immediate answer was the youth, but just thinking I want to expose the youth. Like that's my mission. Me and all city girls, we're here to make memories that last a lifetime. So an aspect of the flag game or world that I would want to protect, I would say the innocence of the fun in the sport itself. Because newcomers to this game realize very quickly that flag football is its own sport, separate from tackle, from plays, uh, number of variables on the field, to even the maneuvers and moves that you got to use, how you talk your body. I would say the innocence of the game, I would want to protect most because outside looking in, it's like any athlete looks at people on the flag football field and be, oh, I could do that, or that looks easy, until they get out there and and they realize very, very quickly it's a whole nother ball game. I would just say the innocence of the sport itself.
Okay, okay. All right, what's harder, balancing fair competition or keeping it profitable?
I would say keeping it profitable because those, when you look at that aspect, it's variables that are out of one's control that's hosting the tournament, like the cost of the field, the cost of the reps, um, insurance permits. You may have a first aid there or not, concessions. Then on the other side of that coin, you're honestly out of control of who wants to compete at your event.
For sure.
But yeah, you would love to, try to split it if you could, but if you only got 8 teams, which is a great number to have in one division or one format, and two or three of the teams may not have as much exposure or experience than the other four or five, that's out of your control. And at the end of the day, those new teams want to compete and they want to support what you're hosting.
Okay, okay.
So I would say the profit and the cost.
How do you handle the super teams era?
You just
Or you let the streets decide?
Yo, where the Kendrick? You just gotta pop out and show them. Like respectfully, the game of flag football, 5-on-5. There's multiple formats, but the main one is 5v5 non-contact. 3 downs to get the first, 3 downs to score. You get 6, 7 yards a play, you're in the game. You get 1 or 2 stops a game, it's anyone's game. I say you just clean up, suit up, put the flags on just like they do, and you just compete. When the clock ticks 0, you figure out the rest on the back end.
I'm good. All right, we never do an intro, so officially, what's the name and what's next for y'all?
I'll say it's Mallz, CEO, co-captain of PSG. Those who don't know, that stands for prolific, so gifted. We'll be traveling Weekend Warrior Nationals, Weekend Warrior Worlds. We'll be on the I-Flag circuit. We won't be at the Las Vegas Cup, but I know for a fact we'll be at the East Coast Nationals and just try to get to a tournament or two before then in June. But aside from that, we plan to travel internationally, jump into a couple of these island bowls.
I'm here. Far as the tournaments, what do you go under? What is the name of the company that those tournaments? It's not just milestone tournament. Like, what do you?
So for myself,
GBOC?
it's all love. We'll be hosting youth tournaments. I do plan to host one adult tournament. Um, I don't want to put too much out there too early to give others any ideas, but I definitely will be hosting an adult, hopefully overnight tournament, if not definitely under the lights once the weather breaks. Aside from that, we like to support, I'm not gonna say any and all of those that are hosting, but any chance we could get our guys together, 6 or 7 of us, and it's a tournament that's driving distance, we're gonna compete in it, whether it's a NEF League, which is the Northeast Flag Football League. They're based out of New York/Connecticut. We got the GVOC right out here in Jersey. Great vibes only. There's ESA that hosts Night Fest and other adult and youth tournaments, the Elite Sports Association. So we plan to lock into local tournaments as well as the tournaments that are more worldwide and on the bigger grand scheme of things.
Appreciate everybody who pulled up, tapped in, and shared their perspectives. This flag football thing of ours only grows when the people in it speak on it. Shout out to everybody who zoomed in to make this happen. The Offseason Series ain't slowing down either. More conversations on the way, more 4 for 10s, more recaps, more everything. So if you rock what we're doing, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your people, all that good stuff. I'm talking about. Look, I don't know if I'm going to edit out that reaction I just had, but it clicked exactly what you was about to say before you said it.
Hold on. Let me slow it down real quick. Wait. So, we had to get political in your ass real quick.
All right,
Like I said, and that's the thing. Like even with me and Drew talk the same way. Like me and Drew, it looked like we arguing and getting on each other, but that's just the way me and Drew talk.
Yeah.
Like nigga, get your shit together. All right, bet that. Say that. Because
Yeah.
like to everybody else outside of us, oh, they beefing, they arguing. No, we talking.
Because with me and you yelling like that, we're not using trigger words. Neither one of us called us a bitch. Neither one of us called us a hoe nigga. We're just yelling like that. That's all that's going on, bro.
No one walk down there, but I ain't gonna say that part. I'm gonna leave that out.
Another part is, when you got things like roster limits and all this, there's so much talent out here. We can't all be on the same team. And I think the league is better when there's more parity and more people are building their own thing. So at this point, when I look at a stacked up team, I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever. But, I'd much rather see people build their brands and expand. And the truth is a lot of people have. There's a lot of people that, throughout the league have started to do things like on a larger level. Like, I always go back and forth with Rock about some of their apparel and just different things that they've built out. Danny and them got like 8 teams now, all under that one umbrella. Chase and got into the clothing line and everything. East is designing cleats, and I told him that A1 will always be his home for that. If you ever need people to, test things out or get some media, I don't mind paying for photographers to get you on and put you on a little bit. So, the little things like that. But I always thought that was cool. I like to see the business part come out.
Okay.
Well, anyways, that was all the questions that Mo had for me. Look forward to seeing you guys out on the field this spring, and hopefully my team will win.
I was watching the fucking highlights of the fucking celebrity game. Like,
Yo, this is the first year I didn't look at anything, dog. I was looking at the girls. I ain't gonna hold you.
nigga,
Rival, I was watching that shit the whole time, bro.
the football pages I followed, they were talking about the dunk contest. I was like, oh shit, the dunk contest? That's today?
As
Or whenever
soon
it
as
was
I turned
yesterday.
that bitch on, I seen that nigga almost break his neck. I was like, yo, this shit's over, bro. This shit's a wrap, cuz. It's a wrap, nigga. I told my girl, I said, it's over. She's like, what, something good happened? Oh, like, oh yeah, I forgot. Who was it, Kenny Anderson or Kenny Smith? He said it's over for Vince Carter said it's over. Yeah, I forgot she might have remembered that. I like, nah, this
Right.
is the ultimate
Somebody
over
put both elbows in the rim? Nah, nigga.
this is over.
Somebody almost put his neck in the ground, nigga.
Like, shit.